Do you have photos of yourself at your job or maybe a job that you worked as a teenager? Hi everyone, I'm Jana Eubank. I'm back with the Simple Stories for the Record collection, and I have some snapshots of my daughter working at Tuesday Morning when she was in college. Tuesday Morning is one of my favorite stores ever. I know they're no longer around, so that's why I titled this video Ode to Tuesday Morning. Now, my daughter went to school an hour from our home, so she wasn't expecting me to pop in on her this day. So the photo in the top left corner is her just checking out at the check stand. She has no idea I'm there, and I'm totally being a scrapbook mom, lurking around the store, taking pictures of her. It was a pretty funny day, but there we go. These are the photos I'm going to scrapbook today. I've really tried to make an effort to take photos of my kids at each of their different jobs because I wish I would have taken more photos at my teenage jobs growing up. I think our workplaces are places where we are shaped, right? We have experiences, we meet people, we learn lessons about dealing with all kinds of people. There's just so many things, and it's a huge part of our lives. So if you haven't documented your work experiences, maybe this will inspire you to do so. I have 3x4 photos that I'm going to work on with this layout today, one horizontal and two vertical, and I've gone ahead and placed them on my page how I think I want them to be oriented. When I don't have an idea for a layout, that's usually what I do. I start with the photos, figure out how I want them in relation to each other, and then I start placing other items. I am using a Color Vibe cardstock in navy for my base, and then I've gone ahead and selected some pieces from the 6x12 chipboard. I wanted my title to be that real life phrase from the chipboard, and then I also pulled that green camera from the chipboard as well. From here, I'm looking at some shapes like on the journal element cards to see if I can back my title with those or build something up behind this camera. I'm pulling in a few flower pieces, just trying to get a direction that I want to start moving in. Now, I flipped through the scraps that I have set off to the side, and one of my very favorite papers in this collection is this Floral. I just love it. I love the colors. I love the pattern. I think it's so cute, and it's been fun to use on these pages or these everyday pages that I'm doing of my daughters. It just adds in a little bit of a fun, a feminine feel, I guess, but it's also just really pretty. So I had this layer. I know I'm going to use that, and I decide I'm also going to add another layer, maybe something more subtle, because once you place your photos on that floral pattern, they kind of disappear, right? They're both pretty busy. So we need something solid another solid layer in between to kind of, calm the eye or give your eye a resting place. So I chose to go with this yellow arrow pattern. So I'm going to layer these two pieces up together. Now, the issue with doing this is earlier I had matted my photos on orange, and I did mat one of them on dandelion just to shake things up a bit, but because I used that yellow layer, that photo was now disappearing into that yellow paper. So I went ahead and pulled that off and rematted that onto orange. So all three photos are now matted with the orange cardstock. I like how this is going, and so I'm going to go ahead and when I know I like something, I'm going to adhere it down, and then I can continue, moving things around in other areas. So I'm going to get these two paper layers in place. I'm going to go ahead and adhere down my photos as well, and then I will start working on the title and embellishment areas. The florals in this collection are so pretty, and I know I'm going to want to bring those in as well. So after I get my photos down, I'm going to start playing with those. I'm going to bring in the largest pieces because I really love those large blush daisies. I just think they look so cute on this layout. And so I'm moving this piece around, seeing what it looks like next to the title, but I decide to land it right below the bottom left corner of that photo. I love how it fills the space and it breaks up those straight lines on the left. It makes it look a little more interesting. So because I brought that large blush daisy piece in, I want to bring blush in other places. So I found this blush tag on the journal element sheet. I thought I might back my title with that instead, but the title just kind of disappeared on it. So I go back to the Polaroid piece. I'm also going to, and I'm going to stick with that Polaroid piece. Now, the thing about that Polaroid piece is it has a little phrase printed in the center. So I'm going to have to be really strategic in how I adhere that chipboard title to make sure I'm covering those letters. But I like the square shape of it, and I decide to tilt it a little bit just to make that part of the page a little more interesting. Now, because that was a square shape, I decided to make my journaling piece a square-ish shape as well. So I picked this cream one and I go ahead and tuck that under the left edge. And now I know my camera is going to live along the left edge of that first photo. Now there's this little awkward space between the camera and the journal block. And to make that feel more connected, I'm going to pop in one of those floral pieces in between. Now this floral piece has the robin's egg, the orange, and the red. It doesn't have any blush. So I'm going to go back and find a blush daisy that I can tuck in there with the camera as well, because I have that large blush daisy and I want to start placing it in 3 different places around the page to build a visual triangle. So I'm looking also at the larger blush pieces and thinking about what I might want to put on the right hand side up by that title. So I found a smaller blush one to go by the camera. We'll pop that in there, and then now I'm going to look for flowers to go by the title. I was thinking I may have to place some in front of the word life to just, because I had to be strategic in how I was placing those chipboard letters, but I go ahead and move it over a little bit. It worked out fine. And then I was able to pop in that larger blush daisy piece. And now I have my visual triangle with those 3 blush daisies in the different areas of the page. So here I am. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this chipboard piece in place. Now it's a little bit low on the Polaroid piece, and so it looks off center, right? It looks too low. It looks like you should be moving it up and centering it. That's not a problem. We'll just pick something out to go above that title and to fill that space there. So I'm going to use my grid ruler to make sure I get the words straight. Even though the piece behind it is tilted, I want my title to be straight. And then here's where I'm going over to the 12 by 12 sticker, and I'm looking for something, a phrase to go above that title. Because I had the green camera at the bottom of the page, I selected a green phrase to go at the top of the page, and that will balance those 2 colors. So I'll go ahead and use some 1/8 inch foam strips and go ahead and place that with my tweezers above the chipboard title. I wanted to bring in some sprinkling elements at this point, and I haven't used the enamel dots yet, and I love enamel dots. So I'm going to do a trio of 3 colors. Usually I will do all one solid color, but for whatever reason, I just was loving adding color against this navy background. So I'm going to use the red, the orange, and the robin's egg color, and I'm just varying the different sizes in each of the clusters to make sure I'm using them up equally, if that makes sense. Now, I have been loving using hemp twine. Usually when I find something that works with a collection, I'll just keep it out on my desk, and I work on several layouts at a time with a collection, and so I'll continue to use the same elements across all pages. So you can see if you've been watching my videos, I've been adding hemp twine on my other projects, and so I just went ahead and added a little bit of interest to the title by tying a bow around that letter L of the chipboard title. Now at this point, I wanted to matte my photo, or matte my entire layout. I just like having a frame around my pages, or a border around my pages. I just like the definition it brings to it, and so I'm going to go ahead and pick out this orange to tie in with the orange photo mats that are already on the page. Now I'm going back to the flowers, and I'm thinking, the reason I go back to the flowers is, do you see to the left of that large daisy above the journal element, there was this really odd space. And so I decided to solve that by tucking in these branches, and they're so cute. They have these little blue tulips on the end of them. So I went through the floral bits and found a little branch that I can tuck into each of the clusters to make sure they're balanced around the page. Now the orange frame looked really good on this photo, or on this layout, but it felt a little too predictable to me. So as I was working on the layout, I decided to go ahead and peel that up and switch that over to red. Here's where I look at my layout overall to see if there's any holes that I need to fill. That top yellow strip that was poking above the photos, it felt a little blank to me. So I decided to go to the sticker book, and I selected this little border piece to just layer in there, and that felt a lot better. I'm now ready to add some finishing details. I went ahead and stitched around the edge of the background with some black thread. I brought in some Nuvo drops to add a dimensional touch to the orange flowers around the page. I also placed some tiny gems on the lens of the camera, a tiny decorative brad on the bow of the camera, and then I sprinkled in some mini paper clips on the tops of the journal block and a couple of the photos, just again to repeat that metal texture that was in the mini brad. I love how this page came together. I have one more layout to share with you using the Simple Stories for the Record Collection. I'll be back with that later this week. I hope to see you then. Have a great day.